Well, good morning, everyone. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I had a few minutes before the day starts. Got my microphone on here. I hope you can hear me all right. And, well, today I thought I'd bring out my Zenith. This thing is made, let me move this guitar out of the way here. My favorite here is sitting in the way. Okay, there we go. So anyways, I have here an old Zenith that was made in 1950. These were made in New York, and it was made by Epiphone before Gibson bought it. Gibson bought Epiphone in 57. I guess evidently Epiphone was having some labor problems. They had to make a few moves and things were kind of a mess, and they ended up losing ground in their quest to be to compete with Gibson, and Gibson ended up buying them. That's the way I understood it. But I checked the serial number on this. I found this guitar registered as a 1950. That would mean this thing has a carved spruce top, maple back and sides, mahogany neck, and it's a really, really nice instrument. But it's the lower level. It's the basic Zenith. They have a deluxe. Evidently, when they sold the deluxe in the 50s, they cost about $50. So this must have maybe been $30, $35. I don't know. I don't know what the difference would be. But it would have been pennies in our day. And here it is. It's still kicking. And today, the reason why I have it out is because I was going to put this pick guard on it that was in the case when I bought the guitar. It came with this on there, but I started looking at it, and I don't think it's the original. I think it's typical of what they put on during that year, because when they first started making these pick guards, well, actually, they started making the Zenith in 31, and then they used, I think it was either Bakelite or Tortoise, but I think it was Bakelite. But somewhere in the 40s or 30s or something, they changed over to this celluloid plastic. This is a real flammable plastic, from what I understand. But it's a real tough, heavy, I don't know if you can see that, but this thing is really heavy. And it had, in the 50s, it did have this E on it. So this is probably close to what it looked like. But the reason why I don't think it's the original is because the holes don't line up. And so I looked to see, there was a picture of this actual guitar where it was registered. And at that time, the pick guard that they had on it was white. So that's puzzling, because from what I read, it would have looked like this. So I'm kind of shy of putting this on because I don't want to drill holes in this guitar. Perhaps somewhere down the line, we might find a pick guard that actually was made, during the time that they put these on. But you can see that the hole is way over. And so if it doesn't line up at all, even if I back it up against the fingerboard, it doesn't line up. I did this brace wasn't on there. I purchased it off of Amazon, of all places, but it has the bend on it, and it seems to work. That part works fine. In fact, this would go on just like that. It's just that this would go on just fine here, go right into the hole that's there. But when you go to put this piece in, that's where I'd have to drill. So, you know, I'm just not sure I want to do that. But that is what it would have looked like, something like this. And anyways, it's I think I'm going to leave it off. Anyway, so I thought I'd pull out my old, look at the headstock on this. You see that? It's kind of, it's an abalone, it's like an abalone heads inlay there. And you could take a look at that, but it's really, it's neat. It's an oldie. I wasn't born yet. I don't think the tuners on this thing are original either, because from what I understand, they had it was like a strip and 3 in a row, and these are individuals. So, and that's not unusual, I think, to lose the tuners. Usually the knobs on them just crumbled. So before I go though, I wanted to share that with you, but I did also want to show you something that I've been kind of playing around with because I thought it was fun. Have you ever played a CADD9 chord? Let me show it to you. CADD9, it's real simple. It looks like this, and you're on the 3rd fret. You can put your pointer finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, your ring finger on the 2nd string. Let's see, the 5th string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret. And probably I would pick strings 5 through 1. But that is called a CADD9. And then also there's another chord that I was kind of looking at whether or not there was a way to put them together. I think I found a way, but it's called the E minor 9. So it's not an add 9, it's E minor 9. There's a difference there. It has something to do with the intervals, the 7th interval. I don't know all the details on that. I'm not even going to try. But perhaps there's someone out there that has all that theory, that loves to talk about it, that wants to share. But in any case, there is a difference between an add 9 and a minor 9. And this add 9 here, I thought had kind of an interesting sound. And then you've got this E minor 9. And so I wondered if there was some way to bring those together. So the CADD9 kind of likes D chords, C chords, G chords, and E chords too, I guess. So I kind of came up here, and this is an E minor. And it goes down to somewhat of a D. And then go to the CADD9. It kind of goes. And then go to the D chord. And then resolve it with the E minor 9. So it's going to sound something. Let me take this pick off. It's going to sound, I still have that puncture. It's still not quite right. Doesn't it? What do you think? I don't know what you would do with it. So anyways, I was just playing around with that. I thought I'd share it with you. But that's the C9. That CADD9 is actually a really nice chord. I like it. And I think there's a lot of possibilities. There's the E minor 9. So anyways, I'm just making stuff up. You tell, but you know, sometimes it's a good idea when you're practicing to just make stuff up. Spend 10 or 15 minutes. I've heard several really good artists say that. Just spend, during your practice time, set aside like 10 minutes just to mess around, just like I just did. Find an interesting chord, and or maybe 2 chords, and then try to find a way to bring them together. And you never know what you might come up with. That's the E minor 9. And so, hey, I've found a few things that I can work with and have some fun with. But that's what I wanted to share with you today. Take some time to just mess around on your guitar. Sometimes it's good to get away from the rigid, learning the scales and repetition and what have you, and just have fun messing around, looking for things that sound good together. Even if you don't understand the theory behind it, you never know what you might come up with. And so, all right. Well, Zoom call tonight, 6 p.m. for our members, so don't forget that. And if you didn't get the link, please send me an email. I'll be watching for it today, and I can still send it to you. All right. I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.